Hey, what's up guys? I'm the Edgy Herbalist, and today we're going to be talking about astral projection. Astral projection is probably the most beautiful, enlightening, and terrifying thing ever. So for those of you who don't know, astral projection is an out-of-body experience. Basically what happens is your body is asleep, but your mind is awake. Your consciousness is able to project out into the world around you. And that's not limited to just this plane, like this world. You can go anywhere. It really is amazing, but it can also be very scary. You have to really be ready for it if you do a full-on astral projection. So basically what happened with me was 3 years prior to my experience, I tried every day for 3 years to have an astral experience, and it was not happening, and I'm just like, let's go, come on, I've been waiting. One day, about a month ago, I decided that I was going to take a nap at like 3 p.m. And so I went to bed, I laid down, I closed my eyes, and I eventually realized that something was off, something was different. I realized that I was looking at my room around me, but my eyes were closed. Literally, my eyelids were closed, but I could see everything going on around me. It was very weird. And then for a second I was a little scared, but then I realized, wait a second, this is happening. Astral projection is happening right now. Like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. I can't just back out now. I just let the wave take me, and I let go of all expectations, all resistance, and all fear. So eventually I was able to sit up in my astral body, and I looked down, and my body was laying there asleep. And it was a very surreal thing. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, I could not believe that I was looking down at myself. I eventually stood up and walked around my room, and I saw Princeton, my dog, and he was just sleeping, and I called his name as loud as I could, but he didn't hear me. So eventually I decided that I was gonna explore my neighborhood, but the thing with the astral realm is that things manifest much quicker than they do here. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna go explore my neighborhood. But before I could think my neighborhood, I got transported somewhere completely different. But the interesting thing was, I opened my eyes, and like my astral eyes, and I looked around, and I'm like, I know this place. And it was my inner realm. So my inner realm is basically somewhere I go when I meditate. It's an inner place in my head that I go, and it's the same every time. It doesn't change. Basically, it's an island with a stream, like a river, a big river. And then across the river is a tundra kind of looking place with mountains. I always see it when I meditate, but when I astral projected, I was there. I looked around, I'm like, I know this place. I literally started like crying. I was so happy. And the thing with the astral realm is that it's just so beautiful because you just feel so one with yourself. You feel so happy and like at peace. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. So this trip went a little downhill later on. So after I visited my inner realm, I appeared somewhere else. I was like in a meadow or something, like a field. And I was just walking, I was like, whoa, okay, this is weird. Because I started feeling this feeling, oh, I don't know about this, like my intuition was like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden I look behind me, and there's like this dark figure, like this like evil looking thing. And I was like, what the heck? And it was following me, and I couldn't get away from it. I was like, oh, okay, this is weird. And so I decided that I was gonna run, which was a very big mistake. I learned from that. I ran full speed, and in the astral realm, you can run pretty fast. But here's the thing, spirits that live on the astral plane can run way faster than you. That's something I figured out. So I bolted, and I ended up in like this like sparkly forest, and this entity was following me, and he caught up to me and put his hands on my shoulder. And right when that happened, I snapped back awake, and I was in my body again. And I was like, what just happened? It was very intense. But as you can see, there is some great things about the astral plane, and then there's some not so great things. Just like this world, there's some very nice people, and there's some very mean people. And that's the same thing with spirits. But yeah, so it was a very intense experience, but it was so beautiful. Like, I don't regret it at all. Even though the last part was pretty scary, not gonna lie, I almost shit my pants. It was horrifying. But the majority of it was just so incredible, and I want to do it again someday. It was so fun. So for those of you who are beginners at astral projection or are interested in it and have never done it before, I definitely recommend doing research on it and watching videos like this and seeing other people's experience, because you don't want to have a bad experience with astral projection, especially the first time, because then you're going to be scared to do it again and you're going to have a lot more resistance and blockages in your spiritual journey, I feel like. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this story like helped you in some way, and I'll see you guys on the next one.